Welcome back. Well, with us right now from Advanced Ear Care is Stuart Spencer. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here today.
Yeah, always nice to be here.
And what we're going to talk about first today, there's all kinds of different things we're going to go over, but what you really wanted to talk about, and I'll have some pictures that are coming up, about your trip, your mission down to Matamoros, Mexico. And I know that you, along with all kinds of other folks from not only the hearing profession, but others as well, often make these trips and help out these communities, right?
Yeah, it's really a fantastic part of us giving back, to the world, of hearing. Some people can afford hearing aids and others can't,
Right.
and so we like to help everybody. So, through the Starkey Hearing Foundation, they set us up as teams to go down into these areas. This was in Matamoros, Mexico.
Where is that, by the way? I never heard of that place.
It's right over the border from Brownsville, Texas.
Okay.
And actually, a real tough area of the world to live in, with a lot of drug cartel money and things of that sort around there. So a lot of people go missing. So, these people are, kind of just tucked away, and, the foundation brings them out, brings them into, our organization. They're screened for their hearing. They take ear impressions. We go down and fit the hearing aids and set them up. And it's really a great event. People from all over the United States, I think there were about 20 of us went down. And, old and young alike, this time. Many times we're just fitting children. But this time we fit a lot of adults. And it's really neat to see. I mean, it doesn't matter what age they are, when they can start to hear better, it's really kind of an emotional thing. And we had one gentleman that just started crying, because he could hear his wife again for the first time in like 20 years. And it's just always touching, and it's great work to do, and it's fun to give back that way.
And some of the photos here at the event. Now, this was, you said, just cross the border from Brownsville, Texas.
Right.
And did you bring them into Brownsville, or you did the opposite?
We went over to Mexico.
Okay, all right, because I'm looking, this looks like a pretty nice facility here.
Looks can be deceiving, but
okay, all right. I mean, it looks like a convention center.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't bad. It was a nice room to work in. I shouldn't joke like that.
No, that's fine.
But this was the team here. A lot of great people. We had kind of a leadership conference while we were there as well. These people from all over the United States, and very skilled and talented individuals. It was really a blessing to be part of their team.
How long were you there?
We were there about 4 days.
Okay.
About 4 days.
Now, do you kind of stage in Brownsville, Texas, like you all come together and then all go over?
We just kind of went over in groups. They picked us up at the airport in Brownsville, then shuttled us over in vans.
Okay.
So over the border, that type of thing.
Very good.
Yeah. So, we do this work, every moment, around the world. There's 50 different Starkey Hearing Foundation missions going on. So it's been an incredible journey with this group, and now their whole model is very sustainable.
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
It really is. So when we leave, there's ground crews there. That was a picture previous to this of the crew that's on the ground there. That'll stay there and take care of hearing aids and ear molds and fittings and different things that happen to hearing aids, and help them to learn them or change a battery if they forgot how to do that. So that's always a real important part of follow-up care for hearing aids is that kind of service.
Right, exactly.
So, that's always important. And they had a piñata here that was shaped like a hearing aid. They made it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that night. And
fantastic.
Yeah.
That is really great that you folks do that.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
So good for you and all of them. And what we ought to want to talk about, it's Better Hearing Month, am I right?
That's right. May is always Better Hearing Month. So, all those people that are kind of sitting on the fence thinking about whether they're really struggling with their hearing or wondering if they could hear better, we invite them in, for a free hearing evaluation, and give them a screening of their hearing and a consultation, and really show them, where they're at.
Right.
Yesterday a patient of ours brought his wife in and really wasn't having any hearing problems, and we tested her, and sure enough, she had normal hearing, So, but it kind of showed her where the baseline is. So
that's nice.
We'll test her every few years and see where it's at. So, people don't have to have hearing loss to come in, if they just want to have their hearing checked and kind of see exactly, where they're at. We'll know whether it's moving or not in the future. If you don't have that baseline, you don't really know,
Yeah, that's very good. And also, tell me about this best speech clarity.
Right. So, it's everybody always comes in, Ken, and says, gosh, Stuart, I know somebody's talking to me, but I just don't understand all the words clearly.
Right.
And that's the age-old line, and that's when things start to kind of fail, is when they can't really process speech as rapidly as people speak it. Or, obviously the noise gets in the way of really hearing those softer spoken sounds. So, we have a whole process. We've always had a process, but we've enhanced that process called verified best speech clarity. And so, we measure the performance of the hearing aid in their ears. We measure their speech improvement, with hearing aids in. We measure their speech improvement when we adjust their hearing aids to see if we've gained any ground there. And so now, we know we're giving them the best possible hearing clarity that they can have.
Okay.
And so that's a whole new process, and it's really been a lot of fun.
And also, you can talk about with them special assistive listening devices. We know in this community, for instance, the hearing loops, the T-coils and things like that, right?
You bet. The loops have been very successful, and we've had loops for 20 years. We were installing them in people's homes to watch their TVs before these newer devices came out.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing a lot of people don't know. They think it has to be in a public place or a community center or something like that. But we can put a loop right around somebody's couch or their favorite lounge chair, so they can just hit the loop and leave the volume down so it doesn't bother their neighbors with the TV volume, and they can hear really clearly, right in their own hearing aids without any audible sound in the room, and really enjoy the TV and understand the programs better.
Right.
And so, that's just one, popular device. Others today are these remote microphones.
Yes.
For instance, if you and I are at a dinner party in the middle of a loud restaurant and, I have a hearing impairment, you could just clip a little microphone on your lapel and we could talk over all that noise and I'd hear it directly in my hearing aids rather than hearing so much of the background noise.
Right. And I know that's a problem. I mean, in general, even for people who don't have much hearing loss or any, when you're in a restaurant, as a prime example, and maybe you have a big table, a group of people, it's just in general.
Well, and here, Ken, I mean, people don't even have to go to restaurants.
Right.
All these community centers are like restaurants down in their dining rooms, right? So they're eating in the middle of a lot of noise every night or every day. So, one gentleman, couldn't even hear his wife, over a table. So they just go down and eat and then just go back upstairs and then talk or whatever. And we provided him with this remote microphone. He's like, oh my gosh, Stuart, this is such a game changer.
Yeah.
Now I can hear my wife, and then you can take it off and lay it on a table, and then you can hear the people close around you.
Nice.
So now they can invite people to join them. It's just a whole different social experience for him. It's really a huge change in his life. And one other gentleman was a bridge player, and having a hard time hearing his partner make the bids or conversation at the table. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm just back in it.
Yeah, that's
so
fantastic.
It's fun to see it work,
All different levels of hearing aids and different devices that you can help people with, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a big push in Washington to deregulate, the hearing industry right now, because of pricing, and pricing always seems to be a stopping point. But honestly, I mean, we have prices that are extremely low for hearing aids if somebody just wants an entry-level hearing aid. We have hearing aids starting about $750.
Okay.
Now they do go up, and the better technology costs more money.
Yes.
But that's just the way it is in any kind of industry, right? But we really provide people with hearing aids. If they don't even have the money here, we put them through a Here Now Foundation.
Okay.
And we provide them with hearing aids at no cost. So,
great.
We have hearing help for everybody.
That's fantastic. Now, what does need help, and it's getting it, is the Willow Tree. Willow Tree Center. I know something we've been talking about for a long time, and the progress is starting, right?
Yeah, so, that's kind of fun. Like I always say, it's about 10 years past due, but, anytime's a good time, and so they're starting to do all the surveying and the parking lots and looking at where they're going to do all that stuff. They've done all the demolition inside of the old Vons. So they're going to start that construction here, I believe, next month to get Aldi in there. And, I've learned more about Aldi, and I'm really excited about them coming in. I think it's going to be a great fit for the community and obviously enhance our center and create a lot more traffic for us. And, they're going to beautify the place, so it's always a welcome change.
So as the Aldi begins to open or gets there, in the meantime, or simultaneously, I should say, the entire center is going to get a facelift.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I understand.
Right.
And we've had pictures of it here before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it looks really nice. So it'll be freshened up, and it'll be a nice addition to the community, and we'll get more active businesses back in there that people really enjoy serving.
Yeah, definitely. Great to have you here today.
Always
we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And remember, Advanced Air Care is, as he said, right over at the Willow Tree Center. AdvancedAirCare.com. The number's on the screen, 777-6521. We'll be right back.